talking reality.
Yeah, no, because
you're actually dreaming if you are expecting them to get someone to buy Pepe for 20 million.
There has to be. There are so many.
When Pepe is not pulling his weight in the market.
No, there are so many examples out there. I don't know how Chelsea does it, but they manage to get money for players that they don't need.
And I'm trying to analyze how Chelsea. I'm trying to analyze the player that Chelsea sold.
No, forget about
and why he's holding at that amount.
No, Hall is doing well. There are some other ones that were not playing for Chelsea. They were not doing well for Chelsea, and they still managed to
give me examples, and I'll tell you why they went for that figure.
Transit TV, welcome back again. This moment we're looking at Arsenal. This is the Transit Big 6 review after 4 games into the season. As we've been doing, we've done for Chelsea, Liverpool, Manchester United. Right now, I have in my midst 3 strong Arsenal fans to look at Arsenal season so far after 4 games going into the international break. We're going to look at the general overview of the team so far and the transfer activities for Arsenal during the summer, both the coming-ins and the outgoings. Looking at the coach as well, is there any new thing about the way he's coaching the team this season? Sorry, good or bad? Then we also look at the performance in the team and players who have not done particularly well in the team as well. And with me to look at Arsenal today is my own man, my brother, Ugum, my partner in crime, always reliable. Chioma, the baby of the house, the popular Arsenal cutie in the channel, is here today as well. And we have a debutant. Satak is an Indian, very strong Arsenal fan. I met Satak at the Arsenal Viewing Center in Houston, Texas here. He's a very strong supporter of Arsenal, and he can't wait to get on the channel.
Oh, that's for sure. Here I am.
Talking about Arsenal, I know he will not spare any second to throw some bullets to Tottenham. We know how it goes. So, guys, you're welcome to the show.
It's a pleasure to be here. Satak, you're welcome to the channel. Chioma as well, as usual. Very proud to be part of the Transit and the good thing that's happening with Transit TV. We are growing and growing, and we keep growing. Hopefully, anyone that watches this will share and subscribe and encourage others to do the same. All right, let's roll.
Come on, good to see you again.
Hi, Reggie. Thank you for having me again. I'm so excited to jump on today's program. Shouting out to Ugum, always making the room worth it. And Satak, namaste. You're welcome.
Namaste. Thank you so much.
TV. I hope we all have fun.
For sure.
Yes, Satak, you're welcome to the show. Talk to our viewers. Let them know. Introduce yourself to them. Where are you from? I know you are Indian, but they will want to know. And how did you become an Arsenal fan?
Oh, so that's the fun part. So first of all, I was born and raised in India, in Delhi, and yeah, now I live in Houston, and that's where we met. And here I am on the show. This is my first video, and I'm so looking forward to this. And yeah, like when it comes to supporting this team, whoa, what a ride! Like I started with like playing some FIFA on PlayStation, and I used to choose Arsenal and Robin van Persie. And the funniest part, I started supporting this team, and Robin van Persie leaves the next season. Like, what the fuck, bro? But then, like, I was like, is it time to go to United for me? But I was like, no, this team, it's my home right here. So I just couldn't. And since then, 2011, 12, I think, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and rest is history.
Yeah, good to hear that. We all have similar stories. Once you get hooked with Arsenal, it's difficult to live. Though during the hard times, some people were hiding, but I think everybody is back now. Nobody is hiding anymore. All Arsenal fans are coming out from their hiding places. So, guys, let's roll. Let me ask you. So, let me start with you. You know, I'm sure you've watched, if not all the 4 games, maybe 2 or 3 of them. What have you made of Arsenal this season so far?
So, I mean, I feel like this season, I just feel like we should have won the game against like Fulham, man. Like, come on, like, especially after what happened last season, you know.
Mhm.
We just can't start it this way, like with a draw against like Fulham. No, that should have been like 3 points first of all. But which is okay, man. We are still unbeaten. We didn't lose at least. And the way we beat United,
Yeah, I was there with you.
what a game, man! What a game! Like those two goals. When we were at the screening, bro, like I was literally telling the supporters around me that don't worry. Like when it was 1-1, we are scoring two more. We are scoring two more. Don't worry, it's coming. It's coming. And then like it's 90th minute almost. I'm like, what? Shit, it's 1-1 still. We gotta win this. And then I see 8 minutes. I'm like, okay, I feel we gonna score. And then, bro, like their goal got ruled out because of offside. We all thought, let's be honest, we all thought it's a goal
Yeah, me too.
until it got like ruled out, right? Oh, and then yeah, man, like that game was like such a thriller. And now I feel like upcoming games, oh, welcome back to Champions League. I'm so looking forward to it.
Yeah, bro.
But and the first game against Crystal Palace, I'll be honest with you. So I was traveling. I didn't watch like the first two games like properly. Like I did watch Crystal Palace game the second half.
Mhm.
Martin Odegaard, the savior. I mean, it was a penalty. I know Saka gave it away to him. That
Mhm.
hey, bro, just take it. Which is so good. Like I mean, that's so cool. Like captain got to take it instead of our regular penalty taker. And this made us like now we know like we know like we have more players who can take like penalties. They can score.
Exactly.
You know, like if we need someone to step up, we have more players to step up. So that's the best part. So that's what I made out of that game, basically, that more players can step up to take penalty, basically. Coming back to the United game, bro, like I feel like Kai Havertz, man, like that chance he missed, that missed kick he couldn't like kick, bro, he got to do better. Like, I mean, it's okay. We somehow managed to win that game, but not somehow, I would say, like we killed them in the end, bro. We killed
Mhm.
them, like
Mhm.
the way we did it. But then I still feel like when we get such chances, we got to take those chances. That's my only concern right now so far in these 4 games against Fulham again. We should have won that game, bro, like 2-2. We conceded in the first minute, which is, I mean, which is all right. I mean, but then we conceded again in the end, bro.
Last
Like,
minute, yeah.
no, I mean, we got to improve over there. If not, like, I mean, we got to take our chances, basically. We got to score more, you know, like, look at City, like, the difference between us and City, the major difference, they take their chances.
Chances,
They
yeah.
know how to score, like, 6 goals, like, 5 goals against like, they scored 5 against Fulham, right?
Mhm.
Why not us, man? Like, we could have, like, scored at least 3 or 4, but, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. I think I share your emotions on that as well. The United game, after that game, I was feeling like a champion because the preview of that game, I remember I predicted a 3-1 win for Arsenal. So when
Oh,
we ended
same.
the game at 3-1, I was like, yeah, I missed the ball. Now, yeah, I see though. It was a very, like you said, it was a thriller. The game was, we had the game in our hands. Then all of a sudden, it was about to, slip
Yeah.
away. Then we got it back again. So it really felt good at the end of the game. And I think that's going to, both the fans and the players should be able to kickstart our season in the way we want it to go. So, Choma, let me go to you. This summer transfer window, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate it?
Transfer window.
I mean, I think we got all the guys we wanted. In my from where I'm sitting, I think we did well. We did well. I don't want to talk about others that kept overdoing, going out to buy players they didn't need. For Arsenal, as an Arsenal fan, I feel like we went to market and we got the guys we needed. I know some Arsenal fans are still not convinced about Kai Havertz because he hasn't delivered, seeing that he was the first baby that Arteta brought in during the transfer, but he's still yet to score. But I think it's 10 for me.
10, okay.
10.
Let me touch base with you again. Just looking at ins and outs, do you think Arsenal has done well, in the transfer window? Because for me, yeah, the players that we signed, I believe They did good. Probably we should have gotten one more player. But outgoings, I don't think Arsenal has been doing Edu, particularly since he came in. Arsenal has not really sold well our players. I mean, Rob Holding went for $1 million or 2 million. When
Wasn't it like 4? It's 1 or 2 only?
no, 2 million, yeah.
No? My
When
bad.
Chelsea is getting 17 million for academy
Yeah.
players, rejects, Fred is going for 17 million for Man U. Arsenal can't just sell players. So in that area, I think there is massive room for improvement. We're not making money from sell of players. We're almost giving our players away. For me, though, I feel it's okay. Okay, look at Pepe. Pepe we don't even know if he's free or he's leaving to Besiktas this summer. I think
Pepe is not a big player anyway.
Yeah, I know, but still, other teams get money for players that they don't need. But why can't Arsenal do the same?
Pepe.
The only excuse I'm going to give them is like, okay, maybe Pepe is the last of the player that Arsenal and that Arteta and Edu met in Arsenal. So now they have their players. There shouldn't be any reason why, if any player is leaving Arsenal should not be making good money for our players. We've not really done well in the area of selling players in the last 2-3 years. It's really been either tearing of contracts or making a part. If you look at Mavropanos, we sold him 2 million, and now Fulham bought him I think 20 million this summer. Just a year ago. I don't know what's going on with us now. We're not selling our players good. I don't know what you think about our transfer activities this summer.
Oh, is it me?
Is the question?
No, Ugum.
Is it for me?
Yeah.
I can see where you're coming from, but I don't necessarily agree with you. I think that in a transfer and in determining how much a player is going for, there are 3 parties involved: the selling club, the player, and the buying club. If there is no willing buyer for the amount you're quoting, then you cannot sell the player. You sell according to demand for your player. So if there's any responsibility for Arsenal, probably the responsibility will be in placing a player where the player will have value, or creating a situation where the player will have more value than people would normally pay for. Lewis Hall, for example, came to the fore. We're using Chelsea as an example. They sold Lewis Hall to Newcastle for close to 20 million.
Mm-hmm.
The young man was the only guy that stood out in that Chelsea team towards the end of last season when everything was upside down. He was playing really well. Well, not that he was playing superbly well, but he was a bright light, shining for Chelsea, trying his best. We could see the speed, you could see everything. Now, these guys came for him, Newcastle came for him. Put Arsenal in that shoe. How many of these guys, Pepe was frozen out of the squad, and rightly so, because he wasn't contributing, he wasn't pulling his weight. Yeah. Edu and Arteta and the rest of them cannot force any club to pay 20 million or 30 million for Pepe.
No, Ugum, I disagree with you. Okay, let me give you an instance. United agreed a deal of 20 million for Harry Maguire to go to West Ham. The only reason why he did not go to West Ham was because West Ham was not willing to pay his wages. That's the only reason. So if United were willing to take part of that 20 million and pay off his many wages, maybe they will. You're
comparing apples and oranges.
No, what I'm saying.
You're comparing Harry Maguire with Pepe. I don't get what you're saying. What point are you making?
No, Pepe is Pepe. Don't forget Pepe. Pepe is not a. People keep labeling him as a flop. He's not a big flop. First 2 seasons in Arsenal.
No, I'm not labeling him as a flop. I'm saying he's never.
So my point
is not a flop.
Exactly.
Pepe is not in high demand.
No, what I'm
clearly so.
No, what I'm saying is you're making excuses for Edu and Arteta, and I'm telling you they're not doing something right.
I'm not making excuses for them. I'm talking reality.
They're not, because
you're actually dreaming if you're expecting them to get someone to buy Pepe for 20 million.
There has to be. There are so many.
When Pepe is not pulling his weight in the market.
No, there are so many examples out there. I don't know how Chelsea does it, but they manage to get money for players that they don't need.
And I'm trying to analyze how Chelsea. I'm trying to analyze the player that Chelsea sold.
No, forget about
and why he sold him at that amount.
No, Hall is doing well. There are some other ones that were not playing for Chelsea. They were not doing well for Chelsea, and they still managed to
give me examples. Give me examples, and I'll tell you why they went for that figure. And I'll tell you that clubs came for them. How many clubs have come for Arsenal players? That's the point.
Although I know that you do something on the player agency side of things. Sometimes it's not just playing teams come for you. You also offer your player to teams, and agents work behind the scene to get these deals done. That's my point. So that's an area that Arsenal needs to improve on. I don't know. I don't care how they do it, but we need to do better. That's my point. Because you can't be giving players, and the last 2 seasons, Arsenal has given away more than 10 to 15 players, thought their contract, pay them off. You can't keep doing that. It's not sustainable.
If Arsenal wanted to make too much money, they would have sold Edu Nketiah, just like they sold Balogun. They would have sold Edu Nketiah. They would have sold Ruiz Nelson, and you won't be saying these things you're saying. But we retain these players because of the value they hold.
Mm-hmm.
We can sell them, and everybody will be shouting that Arsenal has sold players. The same fan base that's calling out Edu will be calling him now for selling the valuable youth players.
Okay,
we're returning them.
Last season, Pulisic wasn't a key part in Chelsea. They sold him and they made money.
You see,
that's what I'm telling you.
Let me explain.
There are so many Chelsea rejects that
let me tell you where.
That's my point.
Let me tell you where the difference lies.
Okay.
The difference. All the players you mentioned, Chelsea. The thing about Chelsea that they do well is that they buy well and they buy a lot.
Yeah.
Right. This is the difference between Chelsea and Arsenal. Pulisic is the captain of the US national team.
When you say buy well, what do you mean by buy well?
That's what I'm about to explain to you now.
Okay.
Buy well and they buy a lot. Pulisic is the captain of the US national team. Look at this summer, for example. The players that Chelsea bought, right? Starting from January, Mikhailo Mudryk. What's his name? They bought from Madueke. Enzo. You will not see a single player out of all those guys that is not a superb top-level talent, right? They buy them in their numbers. All of them cannot fit into the team. Next summer now, they'll have to sell 1 or 2 or 3. And of course, these guys, because of their profile and their level, they will be bought for good money. Because Chelsea spent a lot of money buying them. When they bought Pulisic, go and check how much they bought Pulisic for and at what level they bought him. He is the captain of the US national team. Whether he's playing in their team daily or not, he is always going to get a good offer from a solid club, and they're going to pay money for it. And then compare how much AC Milan paid for Pulisic to what Chelsea paid for Pulisic and the value, and then you can tell me.
Yeah, Chelsea got 20 million or 25 million. That's still better than tearing the contract. Aubameyang left Arsenal for nothing. Barcelona sold him 20 million to
again,
Chelsea.
Apples and oranges. Aubameyang is 31 years. Yeah.
No,
again,
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Please compare like for like, please. Don't compare Aubameyang at the age of 31.
My point is that's what I'm telling you, that Barcelona sold him to Chelsea 20 million after he left Arsenal for nothing. That's my point. You understand what I'm saying?
Who did they sell him to?
To Chelsea. I don't care.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
That makes stupid decisions.
No,
okay,
my own is
Chelsea now. If Chelsea comes for any of our players, like they came for Balogun, what did we quote? 50 million.
I'll give you another instance.
We asked them to pay 50 million for Balogun.
Bellerin for us was useless, but Barcelona wanted to sign him. So my point is an area I believe as a club, Arsenal needs to improve in selling of players. We need to find a way to be making money from players that we don't need, because other teams are doing the same. Fred,
recognize that they made almost 100 million from selling of players. You will ignore the ones that they've done well, and you highlight as if they've not sold. They sold Balogun for a record fee.
Okay, Balogun was sold £36 million, and that's Arsenal record sell in forever.
I mean, I honestly feel he should have stayed, bro. Like,
before him, the next was Alex Iwobi, 35 million to Everton. We don't get money for our players. That's my point. I'm not saying.
And it's not in a vacuum. We don't have the players to sell at that level. And to whom? That's the point.
Fred left Man United. Man United fans were calling for him to be thrown away since last season. United got about 17 million for him to go to Galatasaray in Turkey. That's my point. These players.
Okay, Reggie. See, again, you don't have the players to sell at that rate. The ones you have, you're using them.
No, I'm talking about
the ones you're
players
are just not good enough.
You don't need, like McTominay. Man United don't want him. They didn't get good offer for him.
McTominay scores hat-tricks for something at the time. Which of your players that you don't like is actually pulling their weight even in their national teams? You're just operating in a vacuum. You're talking as if you just come and, okay, I want to sell this player at 20 million without the buyer wanting to. Why are the clubs not wanting to pay that kind of money for our players?
Okay, let me tell you
why. Players
are
just not good enough.
Let me tell you why. One of the reasons.
Tell me why.
One of the reasons that's what I'm telling you. This is the area. I even mentioned that this is the area Arteta need to improve upon. Yes, you don't make it very clear to everybody out there that I don't need this player. This player is worthless. So that's what put these players in a bad situation. When you put it out there that this player cannot play football, I don't want him, you freeze him out, then of course it's difficult to sell. You know, Fred, United didn't want Fred this season, but they were still playing him. They were still using him, you know, sparingly here and there. Okay, look at what's his name? Rob Holding. Rob Holding is an integral part of Arsenal. He's been there for 7 years and he plays. How can Arsenal sell Rob Holding for 2 million? 2 million.
Rob Holding.
Yes. We saw. Okay, I'll give you again. Mavropanos left Arsenal for almost free. I think it was 1 million. Then a year after, the Shaka 04 sell him for West Ham 20 million. It's the same player in just one season. So that's what I'm telling you. There is
context.
No context.
Mavropanos was context. Okay.
Let me analyze this thing for you. Just like the shirt you're wearing there now, it looks nice on you. I see it and I want to buy it off you. You tell me, okay. And the reason why I want to buy because you make it taking care of your shirt, right? If you look scruffy and you don't clean up, you don't iron your shirt, I'm not going to want to buy it. So end of the day, it's up to you to make your asset look attractive. So that's my point. That's what I'm trying to say about Arsenal. So they need to improve in that area. I don't know how they need to do it, but they have to.
And I do not agree with you. You said your own.
Let's move on there. Let's move on. Let's not.
But then, I mean, one-liner. I feel like we're basically just trying to get rid of these players, you know, like, and they're like, just take them, basically.
For the past 3 seasons now, yes.
Yeah, but I agree. I mean, what you were saying, it does make sense, bro. Like, we got to do better. Like, we got to get more money out of it, for sure.
Exactly. I'm not saying keep the players, but find a way to make more money off them. So let's move.
This is not business. Come on.
Let's move to Arteta. Ugum, let me stay with you right there. Last season, Arteta from nowhere with these boys surprised the football world, especially the EPL, and gave a very sustained title charge, pushed Manchester City to the limit, and only missed out in the EPL by I think 4 or 5 points at the end of the season. This season has started again. Many, including all of us that are here, expecting us now to either win the league or repeat what they did last season. What have you made about Arteta and how he has tried to go again this season with his team?
Okay, what I've seen so far from this season, you asked Satak at the beginning his evaluation of the season so far. We've done 4 games. And I compare the 4 games that we've done, for example, to the first 4 games of last season. Last season, we won all first 4 games. Mm-hmm. This season, we've won 3 and drawn 1.
Yeah.
And if you compare the way that we played last season to this season so far, we played a more attractive game last season than this season. Mm-hmm. But if you compare dominance and chances created, the first 4 games as compared to this season and control, we actually have controlled games much better this season and have missed more chances, created more chances this season than last season. Only difference being that our game isn't quite as attractive as it was last season. And there are many, many reasons for that. So far, what I've seen is a more tactical, a more pragmatic Arsenal team. And honestly, I am a lover of good football. One of the reasons I started supporting Arsenal is attractive football. And that's why I support the likes of Barcelona and others. If I go to a country, I usually will tend to follow the side that plays attractive football. But I've learned over time that it's not just the attraction of the game is being able to move the ball around, but being able to dominate games and win games, right? I'm a long-suffering Arsenal fan. When we played the best of tiki-taka, best of flowing football, but we just were not winning games enough, or winning championships, or winning trophies, right? And so I'm an advocate now of playing pragmatic football. It may not be that attractive, but you're getting your results and you're dominating games and controlling games. And so that's what I think Arteta is trying to do this season. Arteta, one of the reasons I like him a lot is that he learns from mistakes. I've seen a team that's learning from mistakes. I've seen a team that's maturing, right? Because these most of them were bought in their early 20s. They've stayed together for a couple of seasons now. I see a bit more maturity in the way they approach games. I see more togetherness. And so I like what I'm seeing. I'll be fine if we don't play such attractive game like we played last season, but we win more games and get closer to City. And perhaps if there's a slip up of City, we take advantage of it and win the league. So that's where I am. I would say so far so good for me.
Okay, Chioma, so let me ask you on the same issue. Have you been impressed with Arteta? What has he done this season differently from last season that has impressed you most? And what do you think you don't particularly like much about the way he has conducted stuff this season?
Is that, I mean, Arteta it's not easy to dislike Arteta actually. Mm-hmm. Even as a player, when he was playing for Arsenal, I really, really had a soft spot for him. So as a coach, I think he has evolved. Mm-hmm. His evolution of Arteta, I think we should have a series on that, the evolution of Arteta.
Yeah.
We see him learning, just like Ugum said, learning from his last mistake. Mm-hmm. And some fans might go like, Arteta doesn't listen. But you see that United game, he actually listened. Okay? Mm-hmm. He dropped the Brighton guy, Leandro.
Trossard.
Yeah. I mean, you remember how people kept saying he had to play the Fulham game, and many fans are just coming at him with suggestions. And some people were feeling like, oh, Arteta doesn't care, he doesn't listen to his fans. And then he goes to the United game, does what the fans suggested, and at the end of the day, we saw how the game was very intense. It was too intense for me because I was in my church dress. I was flying from one table to another, but I really, really enjoyed it. Okay, so for me, I don't think I have a reason to yell at Arteta, no.
For this moment,
I'd rather yell at Ben White from United game last week.
Yeah, I
kept yelling out his name.
I was so mad at him. Yeah. He was giving Rashford too much respect.
Yeah.
And the guy exploited it in one occasion.
Yeah, I kept yelling at not exactly.
Okay, I hear you. So let me ask you the different question. So far this season, if you are asked to pick one player in Arsenal that has performed better than every other person in the team, who will it be and why?
One player. That's a good question. Give me 30 seconds to think about it.
Yeah, take your time.
I would say like you said last season, better than last season, this season, the player who's been
the 4
season,
games,
right?
They got 4 games who are played so far. Who has impressed you most?
in these 4 games, I would say, I mean, bro, the whole team is like, I see togetherness, you know. I see every player like fighting for the badge. So it's really hard for me to like right now pick one player. Like Granit Xhaka, he left. Like he used to be my idol, you know. If you ask me this question, I would just say his name straight up. But since he's
Yeah.
not here now, Martin Odegaard, Saka for sure. And I love Saliba, bro. Like last season, we were missing him so much. But
Yeah,
in
he's
these
very
four
good.
games, I would say Gabriel, bro. I don't even know how to say his last name. Defender Gabriel.
Okay,
Marco.
Magales.
Yeah, for sure. Look what he
Magales.
did with United, bro. Look what he did to United. Yeah, that's how you say it. Like that offside trap, bro. Like
Yeah,
just because of that, I'm gonna pick him.
okay.
Like so far, 4 games, I'm gonna pick him for sure.
Okay,
Just
I hear
because of
you.
what he did there, you know.
I hear you, bro. Chioma, who's your best performer so far in the team?
Come on. I mean, seriously,
Mm-hmm.
it's Declan Rice.
Okay.
Declan
Ugum,
Rice
what about you?
this season, though.
Ugum, it looks like you.
Ah,
Okay.
it's yeah, yeah. It's
You're mute. Okay.
Rice and Martin Odegaard.
Okay. Yeah, for me, it's Odegaard. The reason why I would choose him is I've watched this young man this season very closely. He is
Yeah.
doing
Sure.
everything to make sure that the team wins. One of the things he has been doing that I have noticed very well is trying to cover up for Kai Havertz in pressing, because Havertz he doesn't understand our system of pressing. So you see sometimes Odegaard is trying to direct him, he's not reacting quick. Odegaard goes to do it himself. I see him running. Odegaard has done more defensive work in terms of pressing and closing down than even his normal game. So he's trying to cover up for Kai Havertz, and he's not throwing arms in the air or getting angry that he's not doing. And sometimes after he does it 1 or 2 times, I see Kai Havertz follow suit and start to pick up. So I've been watching that closely. He's been leading by example, and he hasn't lost what we know him for. I mean, he has 2 goals already, 1 penalty and 1 open goal. He created some chances for us as well. We've not been fluid in our game, but still he has shown. So for me, I would say Odegaard, because here he's leading our defense from top. You know, we don't have Jesus. So without Jesus, our pressing is not what he used to be. So Odegaard has really stepped up in that direction to help the team, put pressure on opponents from front. Then we go to the worst player so far, if there is any. So I'll start with you again.
Worst player. I mean, this is hard to say honestly for me. Like, I mean, I don't want to be harsh, but I would say it has to be Kai Havertz so far. I mean, I'm not saying he's like really bad. He's decent overall.
We just have to pick somebody. It doesn't mean that
yeah,
the person
like
has been playing
I
bad.
mean, I love him.
If everybody scores 10 over 10 and you score 9, you're the worst. That doesn't mean you're bad, but you're just the worst among the pack.
No, but if you see like he wins the aerials, bro, like he's doing like overall he's doing great. But just because, especially, I got so mad, bro.
Okay. Let me change the
Kick.
question. Not the worst, but for you, for your expectation, who has not, impressed you most based on what you expect?
I'm expecting more from him as a finisher, as a striker, I would say, because his position. Let's be honest, the position he plays, he got to score as well, right? So I feel he got to do a little more, especially when it comes to the finishing part.
Okay.
I was really pissed off, man, when you missed that chance against.
Man, that one was a sitter, man.
That pissed me off so bad. I know, like it can happen to anyone, bro. Like, but still, you can't do that. It's United, bro. Like, you got to take that chance, like.
Yeah, that's true. How about you, Chioma?
Yeah.
Who has impressed you the least? Kai Havertz. Okay. Ugum?
Oh, wait, I need to change it. I need to rephrase your question.
Yes,
I need to rephrase your question.
Okay, go ahead.
You should say, who is the most expectant player? Who's the player we're expecting more from? Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Who has
every
not
Arsenal player, it's
yeah, for you. We all have different choices. For you, who have you expected more from and they've not delivered to that expectation?
It's Kai.
Okay.
But I kind of feel sorry for him. That's the thing. I need to shed light on this, okay?
Okay.
Kai is coming from a totally different place. I keep trying to explain this to Chelsea fans and Liverpool
Like
fans.
during Timber and the Declan Rice as well. You know, they came from other teams as well.
No, they don't play in the same. That's the thing. Urian is different. Rice is different. See, Kai Havertz is a future Arsenal player in the making, and I think I know why Arteta keeps playing him. Kai Havertz is not someone you want to sit down on the bench. He would disappear because that's the pattern of Chelsea where he's coming from. They let you grow holes in your jersey, okay? Because that's what Chelsea does to players. So Arteta is not going to use the same approach they use in Chelsea for Kai.
I was just messing with
pitch.
you. I think you're right. If you look at Fabio Vieira now, everybody is shouting and something, shouting for him and hailing him. Last season, many Arsenal fans were saying Arteta should just send him back where he came. That he's not made for the EPL, this, that. But now he has bedded into the team, and everybody now wants
Fabio,
Arteta
they
to
said he was
drop.
too skinny.
Yeah,
They said he was too skinny. He
they
needed
want Arteta to drop
some weight.
Kai Havertz for Fabio Vieira, which is very, very interesting. Who has impressed you the least so far, of based on your expectation of the player?
Yeah, I'm with Sate and Satak, right?
Mhm.
Satak.
Right. You can just call
I'm
me
Satak
Sar.
and
But
Sar.
yes,
Okay, I'm with
Sar
Sar
can.
and
Yeah.
and Chioma in Havertz. But for me, I have a lot of time for Havertz. I'm still giving him a lot of time to, bed into the team. I'm sure his performances will improve. I'm just giving you an answer because I have to give you an answer. Left to me, I wouldn't mention anybody because I think everybody has done well. But the least performing so far in terms of productivity, clear, transparent productivity would be Kai Havertz.
Okay, well, for me, Kai Havertz, I'm not. I'm not disappointed in him because when Arsenal signed him, we remember we had this on this show many times. We didn't really figure out why Arsenal was going for him or what specifically he was going to do for the team. We were able to highlight the good things about him, especially when he was in Leverkusen, and we believe that based on Arteta, what they have done so far, the transfer window, bringing in players, we believe that they know what they're going for him and he's going to come good for Arsenal. So I still believe Kai Havertz is going to be a good player for Arsenal. For me, the person that I've really been not been very impressed with before, especially before the United game, was Martinelli. And the reason why I say that is his productivity going forward. He was misplacing a lot of passes, simple passes that would have created chances for us. I saw Martinelli overheat, at least if you put it together, about 6-7 passes from inside the ball to either to Saka or to Kai Havertz. And he found the first 2 games of the season, he couldn't find his rhythm. In fact, some people were even calling for Arteta to drop him for Leandro Trossard. So not because he's a bad player, but for what I expect him to do this season, considering what he did last season with Saka, I was expecting him to do more, to mature more in this season. But I wasn't. The first 2-3 games, he didn't impress me the way I was expecting him to do. But in the United game, that's when it actually came to light, Martinelli that I used to know before. So if you ask me, not that he has played, he's a bad player, but he's one player that I was expecting, that he should do better this season. The same thing with Saka. Saka has not really impressed me as well, based on what both of them did last season. I expected Saka and Martinelli to, this season to be on fire. They have not been so far. They came close to what we saw last season in the United game, but before then, it was just hit and miss. So that's my own choice. I don't know if anybody agrees with me.
Yeah, may I? No, I agree. I'm not going to disagree at all, but I just want to highlight Martinelli's injury record. I think it's really commendable. I was watching that game, the United game. I was watching it again in the evening, and it struck me that this is Gabriel Martinelli that, seemed so injury prone. He had all kinds of muscular issues when he joined Arsenal. for the first couple of years, you could hardly get him on the field.
Mhm.
Seemed like it would break at any point in time. But Martinelli actually played the whole of last season without any injuries.
Mhm.
You know, I think
Yeah.
whoever gets credit for that, whether it's the Arsenal doctors or whether it's he himself really taking care of his body, I think a lot of credit has to go to whoever deserves it for Martinelli's injury record in the past couple of seasons.
Okay, yeah. Oh, then before we close, now, sir, let me ask you, from now, by the time the league comes back, what's your expectation of Arsenal? I mean, I think it's after another 5 or 6 games, there's going to be another international window. I'm sure we're going to do this again to look at the team, what they have done so far. So what's your expectation of Arsenal having played 4 games, especially from the way they won United? What do you expect the team to do going on from now? Do you expect them to sustain what they have done, or if possible, improve on it and probably push City as they did last season?
I think like that's definitely happening. We're gonna push City for sure. Like, and I have a feeling like I think we are playing them very soon. Like after like 4 or 5 games, we are
Yeah, in
playing them
October, yes.
right at home. So yeah, I think it's first week of October, first or second week. So I feel like this time we gotta beat them, man. It's been a while, you know. Like I know we like beat them in the Community Shield game, which is great, but come on, man. Like next time we face them, we gotta smash them. If not smash, it gotta be
Let's get the
1-0,
3
2-1,
points.
whatever, bro.
Get the
When
3
I say
points.
smash, if you beat that team, it's like smashing them basically.
Exactly.
So we gotta do that. That's what I meant with smashing them. But rest of the season, I feel, man, like I don't know, like if we're gonna like win some trophy this season. I mean, if we're gonna win the league, I won't say like we are contenders to win Champions League, but I feel like if somehow like I mean, definitely we are going through like the group stage to round of 16, maybe till quarters, semi quarters for sure. I don't know what's gonna happen after that, but we are definitely heading there for sure when it comes to Champions League. But after that, I don't want to talk about it. Like you know what happens to Arsenal after a round of 16
Yeah.
and quarters most of the time. But yeah, we're gonna push City for sure. And I have a feeling if we beat them like in the upcoming fixture and if we stay like unbeaten till then and if we beat them again, bro, we are the title contenders for sure. But right now, I won't say we are the title contenders this season
I hear you.
so far.
Chioma, let me ask you. Oh, I think before the next international break, Arsenal would have played at least 2 Champions League and maybe 4 league games. The first in the Champions League will be against, I think it's
Eindhoven or
PSV,
something.
PSV.
PSV,
PSV.
yeah.
After PSV, will play Lens. Then it will have Everton. We're going to play United very soon, Chelsea and all that. So, what's the expectation of the outcome of these games, and how do you expect us now to prosecute these games coming up?
I mean,
So let's say 6
I share
games,
our
4 games in the
sentiments.
Champions League, 4 games in the league, and 2 in the Champions. That's 24 points are available for pickup in those 6 games. What will you expect us now to come up
Yeah,
with?
I just think whatever mentality, whatever state of mind we're in during the United's game, that's where we have to be. Seriously, moving forward, whether we're playing Champions League or Premier League, that's what I want. I am ready for the last minute screamers, the excess goals. Do you understand? That's what I want. Because anything outside that, we might just be losing our spots to the likes of Brighton and West Ham. They don't even have rice. So what do they need the cup for?
Yeah. Ugum, when we're talking about Arteta, there's something that all of us missed out. Last season, one of the criticism that he had was that he wasn't using his squad very well. You're just using a particular players week in, week out. But this season, it looks like he's making an effort to get everybody involved. In view of that, what will be your expectation of Arsenal by the time probably we'll come back here again in 2 or 3 months' time to review what the team has done in an international window? What will be your expectation in this competition, both the EPL and the Champions League?
I would expect wins across the board. I would love that. I think the team is good enough.
Yeah.
It's only the city game, like Sar said, that he wants us to beat them so bad. Maybe you multiply your desire by 100 for me. I badly want us to beat City. I badly. If
For sure,
we
man.
if we beat City, please, lunch is on me. Anywhere you want to go with
Oh, okay. What about
I
me?
heard that. Our viewers heard that too.
Yeah. So I am desperate for us to beat City. I'm not gonna watch the game because my heart won't take it. But I really want us
Really?
to
It's good for your
yeah,
heart.
man. My heart won't take it.
He didn't
I
watch.
think we've lost.
He didn't watch last. I think he didn't watch last year's or the last game against.
No, I did. I didn't.
He didn't watch it live.
I don't like the way City beats us now. They beat us like kids. I hate it. And so I think we have to
Not
show
just Arsenal.
yeah, we have to show a little bit of maturity and pragmatism in our game against City. And I hope I
Did you
believe.
just say that?
I said that, but my own pragmatism is different from yours. It's different from yours. So
Not
yeah.
again.
You know why I asked him that
Not
question? Because
again.
last
I
season,
know why.
when we were playing City, I told him that for me, I would prefer Arteta to be a little bit pragmatic and go on a counter.
Mm.
Who said no, we can't be doing this all season, and now the play City we're going to go there, that we should go toe to toe with them. I said okay. We went there and they beat us, and I was asking, what do you think? So I was surprised when you now said,
Yeah. No, I still want us to go. I still want us to go toe to toe, but with wisdom, right? You don't just rush into it and they take advantage of
okay,
you.
I hear you.
Uh,
Then the last question
yeah.
before we go, but before I ask that question, let's remind our viewers, if you have not subscribed, please go ahead and do so. And get busy in the comment section. You can see it's a little bit heated here. We've had our arguments and our positions different, the divided opinion on these issues. So as a viewer, you can take your own position and let us know what you think about these issues in the comment section, and we'll react to them in our next episode. So for us to close, for closing, I want to ask this question. Arteta went out there again this summer and did something that made everybody, run a show, have an episode, do whatever they want to do because of Arsenal and Arteta. And this is by going to sign David Raya, while Arsenal has Ramsdale. What have you guys made of this transfer, and who will you choose as your number one? And what do you think Arteta is trying to do with that signing? Is David Raya going to be the potential Arsenal number one, or is just came in to be a backup keeper? What do you guys think? Chioma, let's go.
Can I take it first?
Yeah, go
Okay.
ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, Arteta has made it clear that his team is full of options. There are no backups.
Exactly.
There are no substitutes. Options, right? And I completely agree with that notion. Ramsdale is an option. Raya is an option. Tomiyasu and Zinchenko are options on left back. Timber is also an option on left back and right back. So
Yes.
yeah. So when people start to call someone number one and the other one is a sub and backup, that's where you have issues. We're contending with the likes of Manchester City, and their squad is full of options, and they're still bringing more in. So
Exactly.
that's the way we will see it. We are running 2-3 competitions, not 4 competitions between now and the end of the season. Raya is going to take some games. Ramsdale is going to take some games. Whoever performs better plays. As long as we're winning games, I'm good.
Okay, Chioma, I see you agree with what Uguma said. Sir, are you in the same vein? Do you support what Uguma said with regard to that signing?
My response to that is, I know we're talking about club, okay? But Brazil national team has Alisson and Ederson, 2 number ones in the same team. I hope this answers your question, because they are options.
Yeah,
they are options. There's no number one. Alisson, number one at Liverpool, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Ederson, City, options. So Raya, Ramsdale, Raya. I mean, we have 4 competitions.
Doesn't matter to you. So do you agree with them? Do you agree with
I
them?
mean, yeah, man, like I heard like before he joined us that he saved like Brentford like so many times. I didn't watch them play like, but I don't know if that's true. I'm sure it's true because I read that too. So I feel like that's our another number one. I won't say he's our number two. And then soon we are about to see him because we have so many games coming on,
Mhm.
like EFL Cup and then FA
Champions League.
Cup. I don't know, FA Cup not until
This
what,
is
January, I
February,
guess.
yes, yeah.
Fair, yeah. But then Champions League, so I'm sure Arteta is going to throw him on the pitch soon. I mean, he's a goalkeeper, so we don't have to rotate the goalkeeper often. But then I'm sure he's going to get some minutes, and we'll see more from him. So far, I heard about him, and I feel he's equally like the number one too, just like Ramsdale, man. And
Okay, yeah,
yeah, I'm really
And may
excited
I,
to see him to play for us for sure.
okay.
yeah,
You want to say something?
yeah, may I add that Arsenal fans, if you're an Arsenal fan and you're watching this show, just be careful about what you read in the British tabloids and newspapers and all that. Just last week,
Disclaimer.
yeah, just last week, I heard some mischievous reporter saying that Arteta has decided to bring in Raya and replace Ramsdale because Raya has been doing so well in training. You know, the
Yeah.
same week.
I saw the headline. That was yeah,
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 that's crazy. I mean, this is
yeah,
clear mischief, just
yeah.
trying to cause instability and strife where it doesn't exist. You know,
Yeah, I
Raya
saw
is
that.
supporting Ramsdale whenever he's keeping, and likewise, Raya has been called up to the Spanish national team. Ramsdale is with the English national team, right? Just this week, Ramsdale was nominated for the first goalkeeper from Arsenal to be nominated for the Yashin
Yeah,
Trophy, right? Yeah, so
yeah.
everything is going well for him. All these mischief makers that are just just spreading all these rumors just to cause disaffection. The next thing now they'll become an argument and debate about Raya and Ramsdale. I'm glad that our manager doesn't care about all those things. He just wants to play and win.
Yeah, you can criticize Arteta of anything, but one thing I know he has done superbly well in Arsenal is keeping that dressing room tight. Is watertight. You hardly hear any noise from that dressing room to outside, both with the staff and the players. So that's one thing I know. So when it comes to rumors, it doesn't bother me until I see it on the field of play. So guys, it's been a fun afternoon talking about Arsenal with you guys. This shows that we are all true Arsenal fans. The passion is there. We have our opinions, but still, end of the day, it all boils down to one thing: wanting the team to do well, wanting the team to give City again a push this season and try as much as possible at the end of the season to be triumph of the EPL trophy and go as far as we can. Who knows? I always tell Ugum that from what I saw, I hear Arteta say when he joined Arsenal, he actually wants to win the Champions League with Arsenal, not even the league. For him, the league is a given, but Champions League, I think that's his ulterior ambition for Arsenal. So, guys, I really appreciate you for coming on the show. But before we go, let's tell our viewers, Chioma has a lot of job that she does in the game. You can follow her in our description. We're going to put her links in TikTok. She has a lot of videos in TikTok. Check those videos out in TikTok. Like and share those videos as well. Also in Instagram, she is very, 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 very present out there doing good things with videos and play voiceover for players' birthdays and shout out to notable names in the game. So in the description, I'm going to put her links there. Check her out and support the job that she's doing. Chioma, we're really glad and proud of you for the job that you're doing, and you are always appreciated in this channel. A lot of our viewers are giving us feedback
Thank
as for
you.
your
Thank
performance, and
you.
we're so impressed and
And I'll
happy.
say shukran, so that our newbie understands. I hope I'm saying it right.
You're talking about the side, right? Yeah, so okay, we're
Yeah.
happy to have you as well. You were just on short notice. You were able to make it today. And I know we're going to have you more and more on the show. We'll be meeting at the Arsenal Viewing Center. There's going to be a lot of live interviews. I know you're not going to shy away from giving us your view as well, especially starting from the Everton game and I know the big one coming very soon is the Tottenham game on 24th of this month. It's going to be 8 a.m. in the morning. So I don't know if you're going to be able to make that one, but I'll be there. Transit
The
TV.
fight of the king in the north.
Yeah, we'll be there, to talk to fans before the game and after the game. And hope
And I
to.
got you guys a shot for every goal we score for the Tottenham.
After the interview, I don't want to make interviews with your shirt. Ugumo, once again, as usual, so proud of you, bro. You have been very, very supportive of this channel, always on point, always present anytime we need you. Thanks, you guys, for coming to the show. And if you have any word for our viewer before we go, then we peace out of here.
Yeah, always a pleasure to be here. Sarah, it's very nice to meet you. Let's do this
Same
more
here,
often.
guys. For sure.
Okay, guys, nice to have you. Thank you, and have a good rest of your day and
Bye.
enjoy your weekend.